Greetings of the day. I am Dr. Mobdeep Subbarao, Associate Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Vignan's Foundation for Science, Technology and Research. In this semester, I am going to handle the course Digital Electronic Circuits. Before going to discuss in details about this course, let us know some basics of this course and the importance of this course and significance of this course in this lecture. Yes, digital electronics. It is the branch of electronics which deals with the digital signals to perform various tasks to meet various requirements. This technology that generates, stores and processes data in terms of two states. One is 1 and another one is 0. So these digital electronic circuits are usually made from large assemblies of logic gates. So coming to the advantage of this digital electronics is information storage can be easier in digital systems than in analog ones. We have two types of systems in nature. One is analog systems, another one is digital systems. In analog systems, data will be processed continuously, whereas in digital systems, data will be transmitted in two states, either high state or low state. That's why information storage is easy in the digital systems. So, and circuit size is very compact because all the digital circuitry are designed in ICs. That's why the size of the circuit is very less, and correction of the error and detection of the error is easy in the digital systems rather than analog systems. That's why because of these many advantages, nowadays we are moving for the digital systems rather than analog systems. Yes, coming to the applications of digital electronics, nowadays digital circuits are using in almost all varieties of applications which we are using in the daily lives, which includes computers, mobile phones, washing machines, DVD players and DTH, which we are using for seeing of movies in the studios, etc. And cameras. Now we are using digital cameras. So in all the applications which we are using in daily life, digital electronics are playing a vital role. So if you look at this slide, shows the in daily life applications, that is smartphones, the processors which are using in CPUs and computers, commercial electronics and medical science, memory chips, the memory chips like RAM, ROM, EEPROM, etc. and mobile communications and audio video processing and programmable logic devices and field programmable gate array logics and embedded systems which we are using in the various applications like smart cars, factories and swiping machines, swiping cards, etc. In all the applications, digital electronics are playing a vital role. So that's why this course is very important for any electrical engineer, because as a common man we are using all the varieties of gaskets which are available in market. Almost 99% of gaskets which we are using are working with the support of digital systems only. That's why this course is very much important for electrical and electronics engineers, and also for the computer engineers too. Coming to the objectives of the course. The first objective is to minimize the logical expressions using Boolean postulates. This is the first objective of this course, because in order to simplify the expression which is used to realize any application, we are using logic gates in digital systems. That's why if the more number of gates are used, the circuit size will be increased. So in order to minimize the circuit size and to reduce the size of the chip or IC, thereby reduction of the digital circuit is possible. Thereby size of that electrical appliances or electronics appliances will get reduced. In order to do that one, by using Boolean algebra, we are reducing the logical expression. That is first objective of this course. Yes. Coming to the second objective, to design various combinational and sequential circuits. So in order to execute various operations in different gadgets, there is a need for combinational and sequential circuits. So in this course, we are going to study what are the various combinational circuits and what are the various sequential circuits used to process the data. And next objective is to provide with sufficient number of applications to demonstrate the techniques and mathematics used. So by using above two objectives, we are going to see some applications which are using in the daily life with these digital electronic circuits. These three are the objectives of this course. So upon completion of the course, the students are able to learn the understanding of the fundamental concepts of digital circuits and design and practical implementation of combinational and sequential logic circuits, and analyze the working of ADC and DAC. ADC is nothing but analog to digital conversion, and DAC is nothing but digital to analog conversion, and apply the knowledge of Boolean algebra to implement logic circuits. So these are the course outcomes upon completion of the course of digital electronic circuits. Next one, coming to the syllabus of the course, the unit 1 covers fundamentals of digital systems. In this fundamentals of digital systems, the students are going to learn what are the different number systems are using in the digital systems, like binary, octal, hexadecimal, decimal number systems, and what type of binary arithmetic, that is nothing but binary addition, binary multiplication, binary subtraction. All those binary arithmetics will be learned in this course, and followed by different varieties of digital logic gates which you are using to realize the digital circuit, like AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, exclusive OR gate, and exclusive NOR gate, and simplifying the logic gates by using Boolean algebra. So all these fundamental concepts will be covered in the unit 1. Coming to unit 2, the unit 2 covers combinational digital circuits. In this combinational digital circuits, we are going to learn how to simplify the Boolean expression by using mathematical tool called K-map. K-map is nothing but Karnaugh maps. Is used for simplification of the Boolean expression and realization of binary arithmetic by using different combinational circuits like adders, subtractors. Again, here we are going to learn half adder, full adders, half subtractors and full subtractors, followed by multiplexers, demultiplexers, decoders and encoders. These are the different combinational logic circuits which will be covered in Unit 2 of combinational digital circuits. Coming to Unit 3, it is a sequential logic circuits. So digital electronics are divided into two parts. One is combinational digital circuits, another one is sequential logic circuits. Yeah, in this sequential logic circuits, we are going to learn about the flip-flops, different varieties of flip-flops, and using of those flip-flops in different applications. So in this third unit, we are going to learn SR flip-flop, JK flip-flop, T flip-flop, D flip-flop, master-slave flip-flop, and these flip-flops applications like in shift registers, counters, etc. That what about the content of Unit 3? By using combinational logic circuits and sequential logic circuits, we are going to generate one digital electronic circuit which is capable of store the data and also process the applications. And coming to fourth unit, it is analog to digital and digital to analog conversions. Okay, it covers various varieties of digital to analog converters and analog to digital converters. Coming to digital to analog converters, here we are going to see weighted resistor method and R to 2R ladder method. Similarly, coming to analog to digital conversion, we are going to study parallel comparator, successive approximation method, counting, dual slope. Along this, we are going to see some PLDs, programmable logic devices. So this unit is entirely meant for how to convert analog signal into digital signal and digital signal into analog signal, because our expected output is analog signal, but the processing data is digital signal. That's why first we are going to convert an analog signal into digital fashion, and again that digital signal is converted into analog fashion and we are getting the output. So how that operations will be happened, that will be covered in Unit 4. Coming to Unit 5, one of the application of this digital electronic circuit is microprocessor. So the basic microprocessor is 8085 microprocessor. It is a first microprocessor developed. So in this unit covers 8085 microprocessor architecture and clock, memory, bus system and pin description of that processor and interrupts and interruption sets. So all this content will be covered in the Unit 4. These are the some reference textbooks. Morris Mano, Digital Logic and Computer Design First Edition. It covers the majority of the syllabus, and that is also one of the good textbook for the digital electronic circuits. And these are the textbooks and reference textbooks for the course. So in this lecture, we have learned what is the importance of digital electronic circuits and what is analog system and what is digital system, and applications of digital electronic circuits and outcomes of this course and objective of the course, followed by syllabus content of this course. Thank you.